I'm Dominique Clark, and welcome to Cabarrus This Week. February marks the start of Black History Month, a federally recognized celebration of the contributions African Americans made to this country. This month is also a time to reflect on the continued struggle for racial justice. Today, we're at G.W. Carver Elementary School in Kannapolis, where a George Washington Carver monument sits behind me, honoring the Black agricultural scientist and inventor. This spot is also the location of the original G.W. Carver High School. Founded in 1936, it was the first school building for children of color in Kannapolis. G.W. Carver High School is where the founding members of the Kannapolis African American Museum and Cultural Center, KAA-MaCC, started their academic journeys. KAA-MaCC has amplified the voices and stories of Black people in Cabarrus County for over 7 years. Dr. Larry B. Johnson is here to talk about the KAA-MaCC mission and plans for a local museum and cultural center. We also have a very special guest, 101-year-old Corine Lytle Cannon, a Museum Hall of Famer who was the first African American to be hired at the Cannon Mills in a traditional role. Take a look.
Our mission, our purpose is to preserve the history and culture of African Americans in Cabarrus and Rowan County, so that we can have a place to house that history and to archive that history so that it will be around when all of us are long gone. We have various KAA-MaCC programs such as our history collection. We just launched our virtual education series called Three Voices Speak. We just had our 7th anniversary virtually. It is a very formal event that we have to induct those persons who are part of our Hall of Fame. People like Warren C. Coleman, Milton L. Taylor, and Ms. Corine Cannon.
There's very few people in Cabarrus County that haven't heard about Corine Cannon.
Mrs. Cannon is a jewel.
I have 29 grandchildren and 70-some great-children, great-grandchildren, nieces and nephews and all that. I am Nick Cannon's great-grandma. He's my oldest great-grandchild. A lot like his grandma. Real outgoing, asking questions.
She is history herself. She does have a history to share.
Well, it was during the time of the civil rights movement, and things were changing. And I heard that they were going to start hiring Black women to work in the mill. I got a telephone call and they said, "You want to speak to Corine Cannon? Would I be interested in working in the mill?" I said, "Well, I don't know." We went that next morning. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. After that first year we worked, I don't think there was a child around that didn't start getting higher education. It opened doors for so many people.
We're going to put all of that history, all of that into a building so that it becomes not only just a legacy of us who are trying to establish it, but also the legacy for generations to come.
It's wonderful to have something that we can look back on and say is ours. Everything in Kannapolis, along with the structure of the town and everything, has been so changed, and if we don't have something to hold on to, we won't know that it ever existed.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson and Ms. Cannon. We celebrate you both. To learn more about KAA-MaCC, visit KAA-MaCC.org. Want to learn more about the legacy and contributions of Black people in Cabarrus County? Keep an eye on our Black History Month series by following our hashtag CABCO Black History Moment on social media. Now, Cabarrus County Libraries recently launched a new reading initiative for young children called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. 1K Before K promotes reading to children early and often. 1,000 books may seem daunting, but here's a few tips to help you and your child along the way.
Hi, I'm Amanda at the Cabarrus County Public Library. Did you know that nationally just 35% of students are at or above reading level by the time they reach 4th grade? Parents, you can help raise that number.
We know that 1,000 books might seem like a lot, but we want to give you lots of fun ways to get there. One way you can do it is try something new. Maybe you don't want to read a picture book, but what about a board book like this one, ABCs of Art by Sabrina Kahn. But look, inside you can just read M is for mountain. You don't have to read all this text down here if you don't want to, but you can. And then look, there's a cool picture. There might be questions on it. Maybe you can paint that picture. and really connect that learning.
You don't have to read every book straightforward, just read the text on the page and look at the pictures and go. You can read it all kinds of different ways. A good example is a book like A River. This book has really awesome illustrations with lots going on every page. You can see this jungle here. You can read the words, there aren't very many on this page, but then when you're done reading the words, talk about what you see. So you can count monkeys, there's one here, or you can count parrots, there's a whole bunch on this page. Ask your child what they see, make it a conversation, that can make it more fun.
Make reading time successful and track your progress of reaching 1,000 books before kindergarten by visiting cabarruscounty.us/library. And also, share the library's tips and resources on Facebook and Instagram. Speaking of success, the Cabarrus Health Alliance is successfully providing COVID-19 vaccinations for the individuals within Group 1 and Group 2. Chairman of the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners, Steve Morris, qualified for Vaccine Group 2 and shared his experience during a recent board meeting.
For people out there that have questions about the vaccine or the process of being vaccinated, I'm certainly happy to speak to my experience. Took my shot yesterday morning. It was just about like taking a flu shot. I had a little bit of soreness in my arm last night. This morning, that is completely gone. I have felt no effects from the vaccine at all. I've heard a few people say that they felt a little sluggish maybe the day after. That has not happened to me. I encourage everyone to go to the Cabarrus Health Alliance website, and they continue to add those clinics as that supply of vaccine comes in. And so go online, sign up, and get the vaccination. I think that's the way that we're going to find our way out of this pandemic that we're involved in. It's been a long road, longer than most of us thought it would be. And so it's nice to see some light at the end of the tunnel. We still have people in Cabarrus County that are dying on a daily basis. And so it's really, really important. So my experience has been a very positive one, and I hope that other people will consider that as well.
Thanks for sharing, Steve. Remember, CABCO, definitions of each group can be found at cabarrushealth.org. When your vaccine group is announced, make an appointment. You have a spot, take your shot. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks to all of our guests, and thank you for joining us. Learn about all of these stories we shared today and other topics in our weekly newsletter. Register at cabarruscounty.us by typing newsletter in the search bar. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Cabarrus County for other news and updates. Love Cabarrus this week? Watch our other programs, including Pam's Kitchen, Historical Moments, and more at youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Remember, you can help slow the spread of COVID-19 by practicing your 3 W's. Wear a mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands. Until next time, have a great week.